Golden Opportunities Coaching and Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channels. This is the Wonder of the Wrestling Challenge series for the time period. Wrestling Challenge, of course, the B-level show, not exactly the greatest of shows, but anyway, this is the 27th of June, 1993 edition. We are basically a week away from the babyface turn of Lex Luger. That is the notable thing that's happening around this time in the journey, and continuing to kind of foray through that time period is what we will be doing on the channel. Also, we got 1994 upcoming. I'm about halfway through watching on that. Wish I had more time in my schedule for recording, but schedule is kind of crazy, so it's not where I'd like it to be. In any event, we continue to run through the 1993 version of Wrestling Challenge here, and ultimately they are from the area in Nova Scotia. We kind of, see Jim Ross opening up, talking about the sacrifices for Americans on July 4th, the planned slamming of Yokozuna, or the attempt to slam Yokozuna, the big thing there. Jim Ross in front of the helicopter, a pretty big deal. Then we see Adam Bomb making his way out with Johnny Polo. Obviously, Adam Bomb, not exactly willing to take too many backward steps, but at the same time, still managing to do what he can where he can, and doing the, I don't even know what you call it, maybe, snarl with the green contacts, and back suplex by Bomb, also followed by a power bomb. Runs about less than 2 minutes. Adam Bomb still treated like a pretty big deal at the time. The new tag team champions, otherwise known as the Steiner Brothers, here, continuing to be the top of the game. Going to have a series of rematches with Money Incorporated that are pretty good by the standards of 1993 WWF for sure. Obviously, managing to be as good as can be. Then we kind of go back to the area. Hacksaw Jim Duggan out against Iron Mike Sharp next. Duggan really not having a major program in the summer of 93. Still being used for his leverage of previous run there. And, punch, kick, basic things, and ultimately some good runs there. Hip tosses by Duggan. Duggan spins around with a big clothesline. Eventually hits the, double run there. And ultimately, there we go. And hits a big body slam, or an attempted body slam, as it were. And ultimately hits the running knee. Then we move to, into the event center promo area. Upcoming matches, including a lumberjack match, a championship with Yokozuna and Jim Duggan at the house shows, and Sensational Sherry and Luna. Also, continuation of the Steiners with the new tag team champions versus Money Incorporated. Money Incorporated saying the Steiners have stole the championships. The short-term title switches in 93 probably to get the house shows up a little bit, making people believe they can see just about anything. And then we go to Men on the Mission. Oscar, Mabel, and Mo are there. They continue to be a pretty big deal. Mike Shaw, a.k.a. Bastion Booger, makes what I believe is his Wrestling Challenge debut on this particular episode. Booger tries to do a bunch of push-offs, really basic maneuvers, nothing worth mentioning there, but, kind of with some go-rounds, and ultimately getting things going in his direction against Tony Roy, hitting a fall forward slam. Really short match, and Booger, who doesn't last long in the WWF under this gimmick or others that are given him, kind of goes into, I won't say complete obscurity, but hey, it is what it is as far as that's concerned. And is here for a very short run in the WWF at the time. And I gotta grab my phone, so we'll be back in two shakes of a lamb's tail here in the next little while. We'll be back. We'll be right back. Okay, so in any event, I mean, again, the summer '93 is a very, I don't know that I'd say unique time. Ultimately, um, it's you know kind of what's there, and we move to Lex Luger beating Mike Bell following the running forearm. Again, Luger still basically a week before the babyface turn, doing the whole mirror gimmick, which is bizarre to me. You would think they would have teased something. Also, there's a King's Court where Jerry Lawler interviews himself as the King of Wrestling, and ultimately it's there. And so, you know, Randy Savage wants to talk about going to battle with Jerry Lawler and also upcoming changes to things. As mentioned, Mike Bell has been on the program before, continuing to be what's there, and I mean, Luger, punch, kick, power slam, basic stuff, and ultimately, it's there, and it's whatever comes about, and ultimately, it's it's an interesting challenge from that perspective. In any event, we move to the nature of a, I guess you'd say a decent enough close here. Wrestling Challenge has been around for quite a while, and so a lot of the matches are just there to get guys TV reps for TV time. But moving forward into the second half of 1993, that doesn't really shift. Scott Taylor is the enhancement talent for the next match. Of course, Scotty 2 Hottie, pretty big deal. Crush is his opponent. Crush still doing the feud with Joink. Big ultimate, Crush managing to hit the things like the clothesline over the top, the military press slam. Crush really a big babyface at the time. I don't know that he ever got over at the level they wanted him to. Certainly has the look that Vince would have liked. Hits the cranium crunch, and again continuing. They plug the Body Slam contest at Yokozuna, the USS Intrepid. $50 tickets at the time, which I guess they wanted to make that a big deal. Also coming up at Nassau Coliseum, Fuji presents Yokozuna to face off against Hacksaw Duggan, and ultimately things go there. Anyway, so that will close us out. We'll be back with more right after this.